Hi everyone, welcome back. Happy holidays. My name is Janelle, and today's theme, I was thinking, is a vision board. I'm going to help you or teach you on what a vision board is, how to create it, and how to set it up. So there are two ways that you can make a vision board, or you can use both ways. There are digital ones that you can make on Notion or Canva, and then there are the kinds that I personally really like, which is using a physical paper, poster board, or a giant sticky note like I have right here. This is my vision board from 2025. This is the proudest one that I've ever made, and I'm really happy because pretty much everything that I wrote here came true. So I'm gonna show you how I did it and what I did to kind of get this very cohesive and achievable vision board. Number one, start with a theme. So not everybody's goals are the same, like you know this, and there are some people who want to focus on a feeling rather than just, all these different unrelated stuff for the year. Maybe you want to be more calm and collected in the new year. Maybe you want to be more emotionally intuitive. You draw back, you listen to your feelings, listen to your body. Okay, your vision board could reflect that. Maybe you want to be more disciplined, wake up at 5 a.m., go on runs, live up to your potential more. Maybe you want to finish your work on time, no more procrastinating. Your vision board can reflect that. Maybe you want to be more confident, go outside and you feel good in your body and you're more social and you express yourself with your clothes. Maybe you want your vision board to reflect that. So when you have a theme, it is much easier to create these goals and they look a lot more achievable. Number two, and I'm going to say this early on, set realistic goals, okay? I know we all get really excited in the new year and we're like, oh my God, new year, new me, New Year's resolutions. This is the resolutions effect, where you get so excited and so motivated in the final countdown. And then by February, where's all the progress at? Nowhere, right? Or maybe you are making progress. Maybe you set this really high mountain of a goal that you want to achieve by the end of November of 2026. And as you're getting there, because it just seems so big and just so unachievable, and you're constantly pushing yourself, you're being hard on yourself, like, yes, I have to wake up early, I have to go to the gym, I have to. So eventually you frustrate yourself and then you quit. Let me put it as an example, okay? You have to write an essay, 5,000 words, which is a lot for the average student, and you try to tackle 5,000 words in one day. What do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna get frustrated and you're gonna quit. But if you set smaller, more realistic goals, kind of like checkpoints that lead up to the 5,000 words, it makes it so much easier and it keeps the motivation going to finish it. Like, instead of trying to write 5,000 words in one day, you set a goal to write 300 words every day. And then eventually you're gonna get to the 5,000. That giant mountain is going to look more like a tiny little anthill and you've reached the finish line. So set realistic goals, because when you achieve them, it gives you more motivation to keep going and you feel like you can actually, finish your goal and you feel happy. Number three is choosing the areas that you want to show on your vision board. You don't want too many things, especially too many unrelated things, because then it gets really overwhelming, because this is your vision board. It's a vision. You're going to get up and see it every morning. You'll set it as your wallpaper. You'll put it on your actual wall. You don't want too many things to be yelling at you. So put what matters to you. And this can be in categories like mental health. You want to take care of it more. School, be an academic weapon, study a lot, be in the library. You can you can print out stuff for your job, your future career. If you're about to graduate high school, you're about to graduate college, what do you want to be really good at for the rest of your life? You can put friendships, having that great friend group, that 5 or 6 person friend group, going to restaurants together. You can put in creativity. I think I personally put in yarn because I wanted to crochet more. And if you saw my other video, I did crochet more. So be more creative, writing more, painting, or health. I feel like almost everybody has health. They put salads on their vision board. It's inevitable. It's gonna be there. It's gonna happen. So you can choose which life area you want to focus on for the rest of the year. And I would suggest choosing like 2 to 4 life areas to focus on, maybe 2 to 3. Number 4, aesthetics do matter. Now, I don't want you to just put stuff on there because it looks pretty. You can do that if you want. But what I mean by aesthetics matter is that for your vision board, don't just put stuff like symbols or logos, because those don't actually penetrate your brain. They don't actually matter to your brain. You know, like if you wanted to be, maybe you want to live a very wealthy lifestyle, I wouldn't suggest putting straight up the Gucci logo on your vision board. You know, if you want to have more luxurious lifestyle, then put a picture of somebody in a private airplane looking over the skyline, the skyscrapers maybe. Don't just put logo here, logo there. Go into more depth, go into like feeling. If you want to do friendship, don't just put in some candid photo of a bunch of friends at the beach. You know, we all know the photo, or they're jumping. Don't just put that. You can put a picture of your friends eating at a restaurant. You're all playing games with each other, taking selfies, stuff like that. Number 5, and I think this is also really important, but it's okay to have a boring section. A lot of vision boards, from what I've seen, are really just like go, 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 go. Okay, achieve, achieve, achieve. But we forget that in our lives, the boring part makes up a really big part of our lives. Like maybe you don't want to run all the time.
Why are you running?
Why are you running? I'm kidding. The boring section could include stuff like sleep. Like in my other video, I mentioned why sleep is important for losing weight. Some people, they want to lose weight, or they want to just improve on their physical appearance. Sleep is so important. It is such an important factor. When you sleep for the appropriate amount of hours, your body's able to break down the food, it's able to digest it all, and it's also able to break down the fats. If you go to sleep for like 2 hours every night, it does not have the time to do that. Your body does not have the time to rest. So sleep is very important. It also helps you improve on your looks, because I don't know, in college, I remember that I was so nervous for school that I would go to bed at 8. I was going to bed at 8 and waking up at, I think, 6 the next morning. And I realized just like my face was less puffy. I had less water in my face. It drained. I looked slimmer. I can't really go into the science and explain how. Google's for that. But I just know that sleep is very important. Have the boring section. It can include meals. It can include a self-care routine. People tend to forget that having like a calm, repeatable routine is how you actually get things done. Romanticize being boring. Okay, don't just romanticize burnout and being on top of your goals, but romanticize being boring. Rest is good for you. That's why we have the weekend. That's why the weekend exists. You need to rest. Have the boring section. Number 6 is having affirmations. The more you say something to yourself, the more you're going to start to believe it. Your thoughts are very powerful. So not just having pictures on your vision board is good, but also actually having words. So for a good example, right? Last year, I wanted to achieve so many things. Okay, I had a goal. I knew what I wanted to be, but I didn't want to be a completely different person. I didn't want to be unrecognizable. I just wanted to be a little bit better. Okay, so I wanted to be better, but still me. So a word that I chose to stick with me for 2025 was the word authentic. And this is the only one that I wrote here where it was like messy and full of paint. And the rest of these are very clean. But for authentic, I put it as messy because I know myself, and I'm a very creative person. I'm very artsy. I make messes sometime with my art. So for authentic, I decided to reflect that. So when I see it, I think, yeah, that represents me. That reflects me. And this entire year, I did stay very authentic. I was my true self. And the reason I put that word actually is because in school, I struggled a lot with being my real self. I struggled because I think I'm a very funny person. I think I'm a very lighthearted. I think I'm a joy to be around. But at school, I was so shy. I didn't really like people. I didn't really trust people, and that reflected because it made me look so closed off and just didn't talk a lot. I was kind of like the nerdy quiet kid, but that wasn't who I actually was. So I wanted to kind of like break out of that shell, and every year I would make vision boards and lists on how to like come out more, be more confident, right? But that word right there, like authentic, and then writing it very messy, like making it very messy, reminded me, hey, this is you. This is who you want to be because this is who you really are. And you want to express that.
So having affirmations such as, I am worthy of love and respect, I choose happiness, I radiate positive energy, I am enough, I am abundant, and I am confident in my abilities.
Words like that constantly remind you this is what you're going to do for the new year. As I was saying, having the goals and the pictures right in front of your face is already a lot of pressure on you enough. So I think having the words there kind of acts as like to soften the blow. Yeah, get up at 5 a.m. and go on a run. You are enough. Like it kind of balances each other out, so you don't get stressed out. So words of affirmations helps just as much as pictures do. Number 7, and I don't think people talk about this a lot or enough, but having quarterly vision boards, because the person you are starting January through March is not going to be the same person April through June. All right. It's not going to be the same. The person I am right now is very different from who I was in the summer. Not very different, but my goals now, my priorities now are different now than they were in the summer. Another thing about a quarterly vision board is that it encourages change. It encourages adapting without making you feel guilty. Maybe you changed your goals, right? Because what if your goal was, yeah, I want to become a lawyer, and then somewhere in the summer you decide you want to be a doctor? Are you still going to have that vision board with all your lawyer stuff on it? Probably not. You're going to want to change it to reflect how your life is right now. Life happens, changes happen, and sometimes you just have to pivot. You just got to move. And the final one, number 8, is having a section of what to let go. It's the new year. You're going to be focused on adding a lot of things to your life, but you remember that as life goes, you're going to lose some things too. If you want to be a new person, if you want to change, if you want to improve, you're going to have to lose some things. You're going to have to lose some habits. You're going to have to lose maybe some friends. You're going to have to lose going to certain places and being in certain environments. All right. It's not just about adding. It's also about giving away what doesn't serve you anymore. Like maybe you want to become more confident. You can have a picture showing somebody who's very confident, taking selfies in the mirror, they're dressed up, they're high luxury. And you can also have a picture or a word that helps represent letting go of other people's expectations. Because in order for you to become more sure of yourself, to trust yourself more, to become more confident, you're going to have to let go of people pleasing. You're going to have to let go of other people's expectations. Growing doesn't always mean adding stuff to your life. Sometimes it means also subtracting stuff, especially if they're not good for you and they're not going to add any value to what you want in the future. But anyway, those are my 8 ideas on what you should put on your vision board and how to make them. I hope this is really helpful, and I hope you make an absolutely beautiful collage and all your goals are achieved and you're going to be that person for 2026. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.